Hello everyone, and welcome back to SpeakCast English, your daily English listening practice podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ava. It's so good to be here with all of you, ready to dive into another real-life English situation. We've got a really relatable one today, don't we, Andrew?
Absolutely, Ava. Today we're tackling something almost everyone has to do at some point: calling in sick. It's one of those universal experiences, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. That moment when you wake up feeling absolutely terrible, your head is pounding, your throat feels like sandpaper, and you just know you can't make it to work.
Exactly. And then the immediate dread sets in. Not just about being sick, but about having to tell your boss. It can be surprisingly tricky.
Tricky is an understatement. It's like a whole mental gymnastics routine trying to figure out the right words, the right tone, and how much detail to give.
You know, Ava, this topic brings back a very vivid, and honestly, slightly embarrassing, memory for me. A real, what was I thinking? Moment.
Oh, do tell. I'm already intrigued. Your stories are always the best. Was it a time you pretended to be sick and got caught?
No, nothing like that. My conscience wouldn't allow it. This was a genuine sickness, but my communication skills were, let's just say, severely impaired.
Oh, this sounds promising. What happened?
I once woke up feeling so absolutely terrible that I wrote an email to my boss that, honestly, sounded less like a professional message and more like a dramatic movie script.
Wait, what? A movie script? Andrew, you have to tell me more. I'm picturing you, dramatically clutching your head, typing with one hand, maybe a single tear rolling down your cheek.
Chuckles. You're not far off, Ava. It was bad. Picture this. My head was throbbing, my body ached, and I was shivering even though it wasn't cold. My brain felt like it was swimming in soup, trying to form coherent thoughts.
Swimming in soup. I love that description. That's exactly how it feels sometimes. So, what did this masterpiece of an email say? Did you start with, "A dark cloud descends upon my weary soul"?
Laughing harder. Not quite that dramatic, but close. I was trying so hard to sound professional and responsible, you know? To make sure my boss knew I wasn't just trying to get a day off.
Of course. The guilt is real, even when you're genuinely ill. You don't want them to think you're slacking.
Exactly. So, instead of a simple, "I'm not feeling well," I launched into this overly detailed description of my symptoms. I think I used words like, debilitating malaise, and a feverish haze.
Gasps dramatically. Debilitating malaise. Andrew, that's like something out of a Victorian novel. I can't believe you actually sent that.
Oh, I did. I absolutely did. I ended up sounding like I was auditioning for a role in some tragic play, describing my symptoms with far too much flair. I even remember trying to explain why I thought I was sick, like I was a detective solving a medical mystery.
Oh no. I can totally imagine that. The struggle is real when you're trying to be coherent while feeling completely out of it. So, what happened after you sent your movie script email? Did your boss send you an Oscar? Or maybe a doctor?
Thankfully, no Oscar. And no doctor, either. Just a very brief, slightly bewildered reply saying, "Thanks for letting me know, Andrew. Get well soon." I think he was probably just trying to process what he'd just read.
I bet. He was probably thinking, is Andrew okay? Or has he finally lost it? That's hilarious.
It was definitely a learning experience. I realized then that sometimes, less is more, especially when your brain isn't functioning at full capacity. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today.
So, no more dramatic movie scripts for you, then? You've learned your lesson?
Hopefully not. I try to keep it concise now. But it highlights how tricky these real-life situations can be, even for native speakers. We'll follow Alex's journey through a very common, but often surprisingly stressful, situation. Deciding how to tell your boss you can't come to work because you're sick.
Yes, because learning English isn't just about grammar rules or memorizing vocabulary lists. It's about navigating these real-life moments, these tricky social interactions.
Exactly. These everyday challenges, even when you're feeling unwell and your brain isn't quite cooperating. It's about finding the right words when you feel like you can barely string two together.
And the pressure. You want to sound professional, responsible, and clear, all while battling a headache and a runny nose. It's a lot to ask.
It really is. But by the end of this episode, you'll have some fantastic, natural phrases to help you communicate clearly and confidently, even when you're not feeling your absolute best.
You'll know how to handle this situation like a pro. I'm already hooked. Let's dive into Alex's story then. I'm really curious to see if Alex's experience mirrors your movie script email at all.
Let's find out. Alright, so imagine this. It's a typical Monday morning. The alarm blares at 6:30 a.m., shattering the peace of Alex's sleep. The sound is particularly jarring today.
The absolute worst sound in the world when you're tired. It's like a personal attack on your peaceful slumber.
Right? Let alone when you're feeling unwell. It's like the alarm knows you're vulnerable and decides to hit you extra hard.
It really is. It feels almost malicious.
Alex groans, a deep, guttural sound that vibrates in their chest. They reach out a heavy arm, feeling like it weighs a ton, and slam the snooze button. The room plunges back into a temporary, fragile silence.
Classic Monday move. We've all been there, trying to steal just 5 more minutes from the day.
But as Alex tries to settle back into the pillow, pulling the duvet up to their chin, that familiar, unwelcome feeling washes over them. It's not just tiredness. It's something more.
Oh no. The dread. The realization. That moment when you know your day is already ruined before it's even begun.
Exactly. That dull ache. That scratchy throat. It started subtly yesterday evening, but now it's undeniable.
What kind of ache are we talking about? Is it a specific, sharp pain, or just a general, feeling that permeates your entire body?
It's that general, feeling, you know? Like your whole body is just protesting. Every muscle feels heavy, every joint a little stiff.
Oh, I know that one. It's like you've run a marathon in your sleep.
Precisely. And then there's a dull headache that feels like a constant pressure behind the eyes, right in the center of their forehead.
The worst. Like a drum beating inside your head, or someone is gently squeezing your brain. It makes it so hard to focus.
A throat that feels like sandpaper, every swallow a minor act of courage.
Like you swallowed a desert. Or a handful of tiny, sharp pebbles. It's just so dry and sore.
And just a general sense of fatigue, a profound tiredness that sleep hasn't managed to touch. Alex opens their eyes again, slowly, and looks at the clock. 6:35 a.m. The snooze button only bought them 5 minutes of misery.
So, the reality is setting in. This isn't just a bad night's sleep. This is actual sickness.
Exactly. Alex tries to sit up, but a wave of dizziness makes them lie back down. The room spins for a second. Okay, they think, this is definitely not good.
Oh, that's the worst. The spinning room is a clear sign. So, what's Alex's first thought? Is it, oh no, I'm sick? Or, oh no, I have to go to work?
Good question. It's a mix, but the work thought quickly takes over. Alex has a big presentation scheduled for Wednesday, and a team meeting first thing this morning. The guilt starts to creep in.
The guilt. The universal companion to calling in sick. Even when you're genuinely ill.
Right? Alex thinks, can I push through this? Maybe it's just a mild cold. A strong coffee will fix it. They try to convince themselves.
Oh, the classic denial phase. We've all been there, trying to bargain with our bodies. Just one more day, body, please.
But then they cough, and it's a deep, chesty cough that makes their ribs ache. And they realize, no, this isn't just a mild cold. I'm actually sick.
So, the decision is made. Alex can't go to work. Now comes the hard part. How to tell the boss.
Exactly. Alex reaches for their phone, but then hesitates. Their mind races. What do I say? How do I say it? Is an email better, or a phone call?
That's a huge question. Email feels less confrontational, but a call feels more immediate and personal. What's Alex's usual way of communicating with their boss?
Usually, it's email for non-urgent things. But this feels urgent. They know their boss, Sarah, appreciates direct communication. But the thought of speaking on the phone right now, with this scratchy throat and foggy brain, it's daunting.
I can imagine. Trying to sound coherent and professional when you feel like you're speaking through a megaphone filled with cotton wool.
So, Alex decides on an email. It gives them a chance to collect their thoughts, even if those thoughts are a bit soupy. They open their email app, stare at the blank, new message screen.
The blank screen of doom. It's like a test you didn't study for.
And here's where the real struggle begins. Alex types, then deletes. Types again, deletes again. They want to be clear, concise, but also professional and apologetic.
It's a delicate balance. You don't want to overshare, but you also don't want to sound dismissive or like you don't care about your responsibilities.
Exactly. And this brings us to our first useful phrase for today. Alex is trying to find a clear, direct way to state the problem without going into a movie script level of detail.
Oh, perfect. What's the phrase?
The first phrase Alex considers, and a really good one to use, is, "I won't be able to come in today."
Ah, simple, direct, and to the point. I like it.
Right? It's very clear. It leaves no room for misunderstanding. It states the fact directly.
So, if Alex uses this, what does it communicate to Sarah, the boss?
It communicates professionalism and clarity. It's not vague. It tells Sarah exactly what she needs to know. Alex will not be at work. It doesn't invite questions about why or how sick Alex is.
That's a great point. Sometimes, when you're sick, you just don't have the energy to explain everything. This phrase cuts straight to the chase.
Exactly. It's polite, but firm. It's a statement, not a request.
So, Alex types that out. Subject: absence. Alex, last name. Then, "Hi Sarah, I won't be able to come in today."
Perfect start. But Alex pauses. They feel like it's a little too blunt. A bit cold, perhaps. They want to add a touch more humanity, a bit more context without oversharing.
I understand that. It's good to be direct, but you also want to maintain a friendly, professional relationship. You don't want your boss to think you're just being abrupt.
Precisely. So, Alex thinks about how to soften it, how to explain why they won't be in, without writing a medical report. And this leads us to our second useful phrase.
Ooh, I'm ready. What's the next one?
Alex considers adding, "I'm feeling under the weather."
Ah, under the weather. That's a classic. I love that idiom. It's so common and perfectly captures the feeling.
It really does. It's a polite, idiomatic way to say you're sick without specifying the exact illness. It's vague enough to be professional, but clear enough to convey that you're unwell.
So, it's a good middle ground between, "I won't be able to come in today," and, "My brain feels like soup and my throat is a desert."
Exactly. It's a very common, natural phrase that native English speakers use all the time. It implies you're not feeling well, but it's not usually for something extremely serious, like a broken leg. More for colds, flu, general malaise.
So, Alex's email could now be, "Hi Sarah, I won't be able to come in today as I'm feeling a bit under the weather." That sounds much better. More complete.
It does, doesn't it? It adds that touch of explanation without being overly dramatic. It shows consideration.
I can see Alex nodding to themselves, feeling a little better about the wording. But what about the work itself? What about the presentation and the meeting?
That's the next big hurdle for Alex. They know they have responsibilities, and they don't want to leave Sarah in the lurch. They need to address the impact of their absence.
Right. It's not just about saying you're sick, it's about being a responsible team member. You want to show you've thought about the implications.
Exactly. And this brings us to our third and final useful phrase for today. Alex wants to reassure Sarah that they're not just disappearing for the day, but that they'll stay connected and manage their responsibilities as best they can.
Okay, I'm guessing this one is about communication and follow-up.
You're spot on, Ava. The phrase is, "I'll keep you updated."
I'll keep you updated. Yes. That's perfect. It shows responsibility and proactiveness, even when you're sick.
It does. It implies that Alex will monitor their condition and communicate any changes or when they expect to return. It also suggests they'll be checking emails periodically, if they're up to it, to ensure urgent tasks are handled.
So, it's not just a goodbye for the day, it's an open line of communication. It manages expectations.
Precisely. It tells your boss, I'm not just abandoning my duties. I'm taking responsibility for my health, but I'm also thinking about the team.
So, putting it all together, Alex's email is shaping up nicely. Hi Sarah, I won't be able to come in today as I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I'll keep you updated.
That's a solid, professional, and clear message. Alex feels a wave of relief just having drafted it. They add a quick, best regards, Alex, and hit send.
Phew, the hardest part is over. But what happens next? Does Sarah reply immediately?
Alex puts the phone down, feeling a little exhausted from the effort. They close their eyes, trying to rest. About 10 minutes later, their phone buzzes. It's Sarah.
Oh, the moment of truth. What does she say? Is she understanding? Or is she asking about the presentation?
Alex takes a deep breath and opens the email. Sarah's reply is short and sweet. Thanks for letting me know, Alex. Please focus on getting better. We'll manage things here. Don't worry about the meeting, I'll cover for you. We'll reschedule the presentation when you're back. Get some rest.
Oh, that's such a relief. That's the best kind of boss. Understanding and supportive.
It really is. Alex feels a huge weight lift off their shoulders. The guilt, the anxiety, it all dissipates. They can finally focus on what truly matters, getting better.
So, Alex's story has a happy ending. No dramatic movie script, just clear, concise communication, and an understanding boss.
Exactly. And that's the power of using the right phrases in these situations. It makes things easier for everyone.
It really does. It takes away the guesswork and the stress.
So, Alex spends the rest of the day resting, sipping tea, and occasionally checking emails for anything truly urgent, but mostly just focusing on recovery. By the evening, they're still not 100%, but the headache is duller, the throat less scratchy.
And the peace of mind from having communicated clearly probably helped with the recovery too.
I'm sure it did. It's amazing how much stress can impact your physical well-being. So, Alex's experience was a far cry from my debilitating malaise email.
Thank goodness. Alex handled it like a pro. And now, our listeners can too.
They certainly can. Now, before we move on to our recap, let's take a moment for some shadowing practice. This is where you, our amazing listeners, get to practice speaking these phrases out loud.
This is such a great way to build confidence and get comfortable with the pronunciation and rhythm of natural English.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to say each of our 3 key phrases, and I want you to repeat them immediately after me. Don't worry about perfection, just try to mimic my pronunciation and intonation. Ready?
Ready.
First phrase. I won't be able to come in today.
Pauses for listener to repeat.
Again. I won't be able to come in today.
Pauses for listener to repeat.
Great job. Now for our second phrase. I'm feeling under the weather.
Pauses for listener to repeat.
One more time. I'm feeling under the weather.
Pauses for listener to repeat.
Excellent. And finally, our third phrase. I'll keep you updated.
Pauses for listener to repeat.
Let's do that one again. I'll keep you updated.
Pauses for listener to repeat.
Fantastic. The more you practice, the more natural these phrases will feel when you need them.
That's so true. It's all about building that muscle memory for your mouth and your brain.
Before we finish, let's do a quick recap of today's main ideas and the most useful phrases. We heard Alex's journey from waking up sick to successfully communicating with their boss.
And we learned that clear, concise communication is key, especially when you're not feeling your best. No need for dramatic movie scripts.
Exactly. Our 3 key phrases for today were: first, for directness. I won't be able to come in today.
Second, for a polite explanation. I'm feeling under the weather.
And third, for responsibility and follow-up. I'll keep you updated.
These phrases are your toolkit for handling this common situation with confidence and professionalism.
Pick 1 or 2 expressions and try them in real life today, even in a very short conversation. Maybe you can tell a friend you're feeling a bit under the weather if you're not up for something.
Or practice saying, I'll keep you updated, when you're talking about plans. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become.
Thank you for listening today. We hope this mini story helped you practice real English and feel more prepared for those tricky real-life moments.
Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with your favorite phrase from today, or share your own calling in sick story. We'd love to hear it. Bye everyone. Get well soon if you're feeling under the weather.
Before we finish, let's do a quick recap of today's main ideas and the most useful phrases.
Pick 1 or 2 expressions and try them in real life today, even in a very short conversation.
You've been listening to SpeakCast English. Thanks for practicing with us, and see you next time on SpeakCast English.